could you each introduce yourselves and explain who you play in Avatar, The Way of Water?
I am Jack Champion. I play Spider, and Spider, he was born at Hell's Gate, but orphaned there when all the humans evacuated, and he grew up like with the Na'vi, but still kind of a stray cat, but considers himself one of the Na'vi people and kind of sort of a part of the Sully family.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I can say.
I am Trinity Bliss. I play Ney'tiri. Everyone calls her Took. She's the youngest of the Sullys, and she has this huge heart. She's very, very curious. Her eyes are just always wide open and observing everything around her, and she's small but absolutely mighty.
Mighty!
Mighty!
Exactly.
Great. And can you explain how you came to audition for the film? And what do you remember about meeting Jim Cameron for the first time? Do you want to go first?
Yes. Well, I first got the audition notice late February 2017, and I actually showed up to the audition office a whole week early. I guess that just shows how excited we were and excited I was. And yeah, I remember Margie, our incredible casting director, was kind enough to see me, and I saw her a couple times after that, and then I finally met Jim. And I guess the rest is history. It just, some days I still wake up and wonder if I imagined it all, because, yeah, mind is blown, and, yeah.
Could you explain how you came to audition for the film and what you remember about meeting Jim Cameron?
So I think it was like a wide open call, you know, on Cast It and through other platforms, and I remember I just submitted myself, and I did a couple self-tapes because, you know, from the middle of nowhere. And then I met with Margie, the casting director, over Skype a few times. And then finally I got the call to go to LA for a screen test. And I remember meeting Jim for the first time. I remember waiting in like this dark, like, you know, like a dark room. You know, it was like a few cameras, camera guys, and everyone was like, "Oh, Jim's coming." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." I remember seeing him walking through the door, and he's just like, "I'm Jim. Yeah, nice to meet you." And he's just like, I remember thinking, I'm shaking hands with a guy that has been
Down to the Mariana Trench.
To the Mariana Trench. And I remember seeing he's wearing a Rolex, and I was like, this dude, like, I'm in the big leagues now.
And remember when we go up to Jim's office, we can kind of see down and look down on the volume?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I remember seeing that and just being filled with wonder, and
yeah,
turns
that's
out
actually a good
that's
point.
where we filmed. Yeah.
And yeah, like all the storyboards of like movies, or from Avatar 2 to all of them, and it was so cool.
Yeah.
Really magical.
And what initially drew each of you to acting? What's that?
I was always really energetic, and I watched Disney Channel as a kid. And once I figured out that was a job that I could do, I was like, well, hell yeah, that, you know, beats every other job in my opinion, because I was never competitive, and growing up in a town where sports was like the main thing, I just was not, you know, so, and also acting was like one of the few things I really felt driven about. So I just pursued it with the help of my mom driving me to like audition 6 hours away, or, you know, filming stuff. So yeah, my mom helped out a lot.
Yeah.
So
I guess for me, I've just always loved performing, and I've always loved performing and been drawn to the performance arts, and yeah, it's funny because both my parents work for biotech companies, and I think my dad was probably ready for me to become an Olympian skater, or my mom for me to become a lawyer or a doctor or something. And then I've just always been drawn to the performing arts and always wanted to take any chance to perform for people, whether they'd be listening or not. And yeah, I'm just so fortunate that I have parents supporting me through this, and although I do have to do 30 minutes math every day. That's the promise.
We're in like calculus now. She's always been insanely
still
smart.
A little bit, yeah.
Insanely.
No.
Oh my gosh,
Not
you were
at all.
doing my level
Not
of
at
math
all.
when I was in 7th grade.
Not
and you were
at
what,
all.
like 3rd grade? It's insane.
No. But yeah, I'm so glad that I get to do this and get to meet people like Jack.
I'm lucky to meet the future CEO of probably
No.
Amazon or something. I don't know.
I'm so honored. Thank you.
Jack, what can you tell us about Spider and his role in the story?
He's a human, and he is very much like on the outskirts of the Sully family. And once the humans come and basically infiltrate the Sully family, he gets captured, and that erupts a whole, catapults a whole thing of array of problems, and he is kind of tied to all of those. And he also just wants to get back to his kind of sort of family. And also kind of feels ways about his maybe kind of sort of father. So it's like family is kind of a touchy subject for him. But